Alright, we're now ready to assign training. If you have an Enterprise Pro account, you have a couple of different options for assigning training. This can be done through automatic assigning or just by a single assignment. I'll walk you through both processes here so you can decide which one works best for your company. If you have an Enterprise Pay-As-You-Train account, you'll be assigning training in single assignments based on credits. You can go ahead and skip to the section for how to make a single assignment and how to purchase credits. To set up Auto Assign, just go to the Configure tab and click on Automatic Assigning. You'll just select one of your groups at the top. We'll start with our office employees. Once that loads, you'll see more options below. You'll see a list of descriptions here, and each of these corresponds to the fields you'll need to fill out for each course you'd like to automatically assign to this group. To start, just click Add Course. The top drop-down is where I will select a course. I know I want my office employees to take Office Ergonomics, so I'll find that here in the list and click on it. The next drop-down is Recurring Interval. This field will determine how often the learner needs to complete the course. If this is a one-time assignment, like an orientation, select Does Not Reassign. But if this is a course the learner needs to take every year, every 2 years, or even every 3 years, you'll just select the corresponding number of months so the system knows how often to assign that course to this group of users. For example, if you select 24 months, a learner who completes the course in January 2016 will be due again in January 2018. Since I want my office employees to take this course every year, I will have it recur every 12 months. The next option is Assignment Duration. This option tells the system how long you want the assignment to be active until the due date. For example, if you assign a course to activate in July and set an assignment duration of 3 months, the assignment will be due at the end of September. Now I know I want my learners to have 2 months to complete the course after it's active, so I'll select 2 months from the Assignment Duration dropdown. The next option is Month Assigned. This option defaults to the Not Scheduled setting. If you leave this as not scheduled, the course will assign to the users as soon as they're added to the group. However, if you'd like the course to assign in the same month for all of your users, just select a month from this dropdown. For example, if you select July for a course, and a learner is added in March, the system will not assign that particular course until July. There's another setting we'll talk about in a moment that could override that setting, called Assign Initially, but we'll get to that in a second. I'd like for my learners to take this course every June, so I'll select June from the Month Assigned dropdown. Once I select a month, you'll notice our next 2 options that were previously grayed out have activated, and I can now toggle those settings. That's because these settings are not applicable if you leave your assignments as not scheduled. If you select a month schedule, your next option is Compliance Level. This isn't going to impact much if it's the first time you're assigning training in your SafetySkills LMS, but it is a very important setting if you're changing your matrix from previous years. Now bear with me, this can get kind of complicated and involves some math. Basically you have 2 settings here, strict and lenient. These 2 will dictate how strict your compliance needs to be for this course for this group. For instance, if this course is associated with a regulation that must be met every 12 months to the day, you'll want to make sure and select strict from this dropdown. Selecting strict may cause assignments to activate now and backdate due dates in the system, but will ensure your users are currently assigned the training they need right now and show they are due or overdue for the correct strict dates. For even stricter compliance, we recommend selecting Not Scheduled for your month. That way every learner is on their own schedule and not tied to a certain month for their training. Now if this course for this group is more awareness level training or training that needs to be completed during the calendar year but not necessarily to the exact day, you can select Lenient. Selecting Lenient will allow some users to technically go past their compliance date, but not by too far. If there's an assignment that ever goes past its compliance date because of this setting, you'll be able to see this in the Edit Assignments tab. There's a column you can pull into the view on Edit Assignments called Complies On. This date will show you the learner's compliance date. The compliance date is basically the day the learner last completed the course, plus the interval. Now this is where the math comes in. For example, if the learner last completed this course on March 26, 2016, and we have the interval set for 12 months, the user's compliance date is March 26, 2017. Now let's say today is December 21, 2016. If I select strict compliance in this instance, and have June selected as the month, the system is going to recognize that the next June 1st is June 1st, 2017, and that's past the user's compliance date of March 26, 2017. So the system will make the assignment active now, December 21st, 2016, with the due date of June 30th, 2016. And that assignment will immediately show as past due. Once the user completes the course, it will reassign for June 1st, 2017, since the user now has a completion within the last 12 months. Now if I select lenient, the system will assign the course for June 1st, 2017 right off the bat, even though it's a couple months past their compliance date. Our last option is assign initially. Now this is the selection that can override the month you've selected in certain cases. For example, if a learner is added to a group that has this feature turned on, they'll be assigned this course immediately if they've never taken this course before. Once they complete the assignment, it'll be reassigned based on your other selections. For example, if you have assign initially turned on for this assignment and you add a user to this group in March, Office Ergonomics will assign to them immediately, and once they complete it, it'll assign in June to get them on schedule with everyone else. However, if you leave the selection as no, and a user's added in March, they will not be assigned that course until June. As I mentioned before, there's a key at the top of this page to explain more about each of these functions. Now I just click Add Course to add another course and so on until I get all of the courses I want added to the group. If you accidentally add one too many courses or need to remove a course, just click the X in the top right-hand corner of that course section. Once I'm done, I click Save Changes. A pop-up will appear alerting me that this may change some existing assignments. If you're certain the changes you made are correct, go ahead and click Continue. And you should see a green box here in the top right letting you know that your settings were saved. I'll then move on to my next group until all of the assignments I need are set up. Once all of your auto-assign is set up and you're ready to notify learners of training, you can uncheck the boxes under Account Email Settings. These are checked by default and will delay any assignment email notifications going out to your learners while you're in the setup process. Think of these checkboxes kind of like a horse race. Having these checked is basically telling the system to keep the gates closed and hang on to any emails. Once you're ready, just unselect those boxes and click Save Email Settings. This action will theoretically open the gates, and any currently active courses will then send out the assignment notifications to your learners. Keep in mind each course will be sent as a separate email, so if one user is assigned 10 courses and they're all active now, they'll receive 10 emails. If that is not desirable, you might want to hold off on the emails for now and send a welcome email to your users instead.